What's up, everybody? It's the Grand Line Gazette, where we talk about One Piece damn near every damn day. Today, we're talking about One Piece, episode 1127. Luffy versus Kizaru, amongst other battles.
Yes.
Let's get right to it. I'm Corey, that's Kev. We talk about One Piece a lot. Kev, take it away.
Yep. So we open up and Luffy and Kizaru's fighting. Luffy goes Gear 5 off rip, and he's just like, "Hey, Kizaru, you're not taking Vegapunk from here." So he's just holding on to him like a little child because he goes giant form. So they're just having a conversation, which now in retrospect, we know that Kizaru doesn't want to be here. I'm thinking this whole time, like, why doesn't he just like get out of his hand? Like,
I don't think he
he could turn
can.
into light and just really.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
I'm
when
thinking he
Luffy's in
definitely
his,
can.
I think when Luffy's in his Gear 5th, like like he had to learn Rio for that, right? I always bring it back to the Rio thing. So I feel like his body right now is like coated in hockey, but it's not like all black out like on some Virgo stuff. But I really think
Uh,
that that's also why he can like hit the Gorosei. Um, but I do think basically like when he's in Gear 5th, like Logia users, it kind of dampens their
mhm.
power. When he's got contact like
Maybe.
that, like when he's all encompassed, like got his body like that, yeah. But it's like if you had like his arm or something like that, I think it's like the water situation. You got more than half his body, whatever. That's how I
I don't know.
rationalize it.
You might be right, but it seems weird that we don't see it. It usually is a visual effect for only us. So if he is coating his hand, I feel like I should be able to see that. But
Yeah, but
either way,
my thing is, I
great
don't think we've
animation
seen any
here.
hockey coding with Gear 5th, like not even against the Kaido fight. That's my biggest thing. Or maybe he did, because his like last attack was like a giant fist, but was it hockey covered? His giant fist against Kaido that like knocked him into Onigashima. Either way, like you said, either way, that's neither here or there.
We're back with Stella and like the other group. They're just trying to, get out of here. So Stella's like, "Hey, here's what we need to do." But then he hears that Frankie let Bonnie get kicked. Wow, dude, what a man! A grown ass man lets a little child get kicked, and so Vegapunk and Sanji both are letting him have it, like over the microphone,
Yeah, it's
which I
yeah,
always love. I
it
love this.
there. It's a whole okay, where is everybody kind of thing. Like everybody's kind of like where
Yeah,
everybody's taking role. You know what I mean? Like okay, we got Zoro outside, and he's out there with what's his name, Lucci. Stella's
yeah,
incapacitated. Some of the Vegapunks are down. The main Stella one's up. He makes a call, but he makes a call like mainly to Frankie because he sees like Bonnie like on the like the little television screen. Like, wait, whoa, wasn't she with you? Frankie is like, yeah, she was.
yeah. She was.
Oh, and I thought like she got kicked into the Frontier Dome where like Luffy was and knocked him down, but
Yeah,
actually she literally just got kicked. It just fell to the ground. Sentomaru caught her
yeah,
though on some like
yeah.
I forgot about
Exactly.
that.
Yeah, and I have to go back and read it because I don't read the chapters again before watching this. But they may add stuff in here to kind of like make it make more sense. Like I don't. I'd have to go back and read it. But did Sentomaru catch her in the original manga? I don't remember
I
like
feel
at
like
all.
that's right
But
on. I feel like I don't remember if he did because that's like Sentomaru moments don't resonate too much, but I want to put it past him
yeah,
because at the end of the day, he's Vegapunk's bodyguard, and like that's the group that was
yeah.
with Vegapunk. So it's like you're also Bonnie's bodyguard at the end of the
E-
day.
exactly. And if Sentomaru knows Bonnie from being Kuma's child, he knows her as like like an 8-year-old child right now. So like he's
Yeah,
rescuing a child. Yeah. So that makes I do appreciate that. You're right.
but like you said, they kind of
Um
give. Well, they were like, okay, like we got to go get Bonnie. Sanji nominates himself. Frankie's like, I want to go, but I got the General Frankie here, and Lilith is like, don't worry, I'm watching. oh, he's like, also I got the Thousand Sunny here, the
Yeah.
ship, and so Vegapunk well, not Bonnie, Lilith is like, yeah, don't worry, I'll watch it. You got this, Frankie. I like Frankie in the Vegapunk's interactions. Like the first thing Stella does
I
is
do
call
too.
Frankie. you know,
I mean, it's been a long time coming, right? I mean, how long in the manga has Frankie been associated with Vegapunk? He's, emulated him. During the time skip, he was sent to his base. We have been waiting for this moment for Frankie, and we're getting it a lot in Elbath as well. So it
these
is
like
nice for Frankie to have somebody there that's on his on his wavelength.
these non moments are a lot better in the or in the anime than the manga, because it's like when you're reading the
Yeah.
manga, there's a lot of moments that like huge like events, pivotal like information isn't being transferred or something, so it just
Hmm.
like Sentomaru catching Bonnie, or just Vegapunk and like Frankie. Like we're always like, this is supposed to be Frankie's arc with Vegapunk, and it's like when you read it, you kind of skim over those parts, but when you
Yeah.
watch it, you're like, oh, he does kind of have a good amount of interaction with them. Like not some like let's learn shit, but there is some genuine interaction. But yeah,
I
Bonnie's
want to
fight.
I love this Bonnie fight, dude. Maybe it didn't, like you said, resonate because it was in the manga, but here, fully fleshed out in the anime, I mean, you have to remember, guys, like she's 9, real like age-wise, 9 years old. So she's whooping a battalion of Marines' asses as a 9-year-old. That's pretty skillful.
Yeah, but she's also a supernova, so it's like as a 9-year-old, we know that the supernova is a fake title given to her so she can be captured.
Yeah.
Hers probably says alive too. You know what I mean? Her bounty poster
Sure.
probably said alive as well. Um, this is like Ace or Luffy as a kid taking out just like some random Marines and stuff like that, and they're just unprepared for her devil fruit. Like they recognize her because
Yeah.
of the pink hair, like after her hood comes out, but it's like she just has to hit you, and she can transfer her devil fruit like through objects. Like the fact that she's
Yeah.
using these two weapons that she picked up to hit people, like that's a
Hmm.
whole thing. Like
That's strategic as hell.
but that's also like that's a whole training arc. If it was like like a hero, if it was a shonen
Oh,
hero,
gotcha.
that's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
just something easy. Like transferring your devil fruit into objects to
Yeah.
hit people. It's like damn.
Yeah, I mean, because as you're seeing this, like she makes the pipe old to break it, and then she turns it back to young so that she can have like non-rusty pipes. Like it's crazy. It's really cool. I do like it, but then goes back to Sentomaru catching her from actually falling on the ground because Sentomaru is just like burnt to a crisp, just sitting, which is very sad. But he's the future cover story, so he'll be fine. Then we jump over to Zoro versus Lucci here. Any thoughts on that?
Very fun how Luffy threw Kizaru so far away that he has a little bit of time to go check in on Zoro. He's like, "Hey man, you need some help?" And Zoro's like, "No, I don't. Focus
No,
on your own
I'm
fight.
good.
I'm cool over here." The
Yeah.
biggest thing I mentioned in the pre-show, the Tri-Sensekai. I love that name. I love that move where he just spins. Lucci did his like tiger palm. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like he just caught it with his swords in between the fingers and just span them and like did a torpedo to the ground. It's just so subtle. It's like a move that I guess it isn't like the coolest looking move or anything like that, but it's just 100% One Piece. He's been practicing this move since when's the first time we saw it? We saw it maybe against like Mihawk over on the Baratier when he used that. But when
Is that it?
when Mihawk has a like tiny sword and everything, and he's just been advancing it, use it against Pika, advancing it,
Yeah.
and now it's so simple. He don't even say the name. That's the thing. Either way, I'm done. Cool fight.
No, I loved it. I mean, dude, what's this mentality that Lucci has? I want this mentality in my life. This guy is just so oblivious to reality. He's like, no, I'm gonna beat the Emperor of the Sea, and then he gets his ass whooped, and then he's like, no, I'll beat Zoro, and it's like, dude, you ain't
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
as
What, bro? And he's like, "Hey, the second in command ain't that bad either." I'm like, "Are you moving the goalposts? Like,
Are you delusional? Like,
like,
what's
is
going
this a
on here?
handicap? That what are we doing here, bro? Like, oh, you just saying whatever the fuck you feel like, right?
Yeah, facts.
It's
Then
probably
here's where the animators, put most of the budget in for this week's this week's episode, which is Kizaru, because
just
this just flight
flying,
over the ocean is nice.
yeah, with that rainbow shot,
Yeah,
and like
and
with
I
his
mean that is his power, guys. Like,
with his
go ahead.
momentum, like if he was less advanced at his own devil fruit, he'd be done. Because with his momentum, like he's like, I'm going straight for the sea. Like I'm heading there like a bullet. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna
Yeah,
stop. He actually flips himself over and then uses his like Yasaka jewel or whatever to transport
sure.
himself. But damn, bro.
And then he pulls out the the clone jutsu here, and he has multiple, like dozens of these. And I always like this. This is nostalgic. You can hear when all the clones call out the same move at the same time. It's like echoey. Um, which I thought this was pretty hard for Luffy. This is something that Luffy had a little bit of difficulty with. He's not really winning the fight. He's just not losing it either.
Yeah,
I don't think he really has a way to beat Kizaru in the end.
that's true. I don't know if there's dozens. I think it's just like as many colors as there is on the rainbow, but they're all just teleporting around as well
Oh, I
because
like
they're all
that.
incredibly
Okay.
quick as well. But it's like this is a hard fight for Luffy in the air.
Yes.
Like yeah, Luffy can
Yes.
fly now, but it's like bro, you're in the air, like covered in clouds. They're just like lights. You don't know which one's the real one. It's probably gonna be like we're all the real one. You know what I mean? So it's like
Exactly. And that's something that, like, as you progress through the fight, where he destroys them all at once with the Dawn Stomp. But by the like that still doesn't do anything because there's another clone somewhere else already doing something.
and it's like
It's like
the D
this isn't
name
Naruto
like the
where you get the
D
original.
stands for Dawn. Okay, it's got his moves are named Dawn now
Yeah.
after he was named Joy Boy. It's like okay, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how they're gonna write it to be surprising. But I do want to say these clone moves where he like whips him, like that gave me real big nostalgia for
When you were
Naruto.
texting me like your live reactions, it was at the exact point that I'm at. That was I'm watching it on mute right now as we're talking about it too. And
Yeah.
that exactly happened where he did the whip. I'm like, are you
Yeah.
watching this shit too?
Oh, dude, I think we're on the same. But yeah, like, and then he throws Kizaru missiles at this guy with his face on it, which I thought was really goofy looking, actually. But then that's when, that's when Luffy does the stomp, and it's I don't how do you beat Kizaru? Honestly, like I don't know. I don't think we can.
The only way to beat Kizaru is to distract him to the point where it's like it's his full attention. You know what I mean? He's probably
Yeah,
so slow because he's everywhere. You know what I mean? He's actually like
yeah.
seeing everything. He's like, bro, like you guys, I can move
Oh,
real
okay.
fast. It's not that I'm slow. It's I'm trying to slow myself down to you guys, and it's just slow to you guys. But I'm cool. But
I do like that. Like, what if he does sacrifice by having an extra body that's taking in all this like sensation, like light, memory. There's what they're seeing, but that's like more of a risk.
yeah,
I
because
don't know.
yeah, because with the uh, with the power as abstract as light, it's just like okay, so what don't and this is One Piece, so like the abstract powers get even more abstracter. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah,
what can't he do at this point, and how can he go down? Like he is the. This is one of the reasons why I say he's gonna be one of the last admirals standing, is because like
yeah,
okay, like I feel like at the end of the day we can hockey punch Akainu down.
Yeah,
We can
agreed.
hockey punch like Green Bull down. But
I'm right there with you. Yep.
I don't know about this
Yep. And does that even work? I mean, he did hold up his hands against Ben Beckman, right? Remember, like when
one. Oh
he
yeah.
held a gun to him. So, I mean, there is a possibility that a hockey bullet does do the trick, like a like a damn werewolf or something. But who knows? They Kizaru does hold our the Big Nose Tribe member on the Straw Hat Pirates by the lips here, which is kind of crazy, dude. That
Yeah, like
Usopp always be a fool.
getting
That's kind of great.
disrespected. It's like, bro, out of everybody here, that you want to be honorable against Sentamaru, you want to be honorable against a Straw Hat, but you gotta roll up.
Just grab him by his lips and just hold him by his lips. That's crazy.
That.
But Vegapunk, who's the other one again? The pink and white hair? Wrath? She's Wrath,
Atlas.
but I forget her name.
Atlas.
What'd you say? Atlas, thank you. Atlas and Stella are on the way with this two-wheeled motorcycle, I guess.
Vehicle.
And Sanji catches up, which is pretty cool. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Showing like Sanji's speed and his he's like, hey, I was listening to everything on the radio. It's like, okay, man, like I get it. You're caught up on everything. That one of the things I like about Sanji is how he's always caught up to the situation. But also it's like, okay, we get it, you're caught up.
Yeah. I would have liked for Luffy's joke here to be with the light that he covers up his mouth and his ears. That way he could like blast it out of his eyes and like back at Kizaru or something
That'd be cool.
when he swallows the light. I don't know. I thought that would have been a jokey thing
That'd
to
be
do.
cool.
But this all is to accomplish one thing. Atlas to scream out to the pacifistas, "Hey, you now work for me. Go ahead and kill these Marines up." Which is immediate.
Also,
But
let's
then,
talk about this
oh,
vehicle.
go ahead.
It's like speeding through with Stella and Atlas, right? Why was
Mhm.
Frankie keeping up with it, like in front of it for a good while? I'm like, Frankie, like that's like when you
Dude.
see a center on a fast break. It's like, wait, hold on, big fella, you ain't supposed to be leading the fast break.
He does say that earlier in the episode, like when he's like, "Man, like Vegapunk's right. I shouldn't have let her get kicked. If I would have been faster." And then he's catching up with this, but I'm thinking, what are possible upgrades for Frankie and Elbaf?
Swim. Frankie for
Swim fruit. That's what brought it to me. I'm like, man, the swim fruit would be sweet. But
yeah, like you said, Atlas.
we finally see one of the Gorosei about to get ready to move, and so the preview looks pretty fire. I don't know if you want to get into it or we can leave it for the actual episode drop next week, but next week's episode looks great. 11/28. I'm excited.
Yeah, it does look good. And like I was telling you before, like we've had a discussion a couple of times on the color of the hockey used for these summoning circles. We've seen people have red and black hockey like Katakuri, sometimes Doflamingo, sometimes Luffy. We've seen blue hockey. I think what's his name? I forget what the guy's name is from Stampede, the movie. But he had it. He was also on the Rocks Pirates. But this one's purple and blue. So we've talked about that a couple of times, like in the summoning circle, in the flashback with Brooke. That one was blue, I think. Purple is a big like demonic royalty kind of color and stuff like that. So I'm wondering what colors like the Gods Knights are and what their auras are. So maybe it's like
and
the
I don't
ocean.
know if it's as simple as, I mean, maybe it's just a blue hockey to summon the circle, but then you need to put your red Conquerors hockey inside of it.
Oh,
or if it's something special.
That's where the purple comes from.
But I don't know. I would like it to be more complex than just that, though.
Yeah, I'm definitely wondering what levels like we're looking at with these, and I don't know. There's a lot of theories there. There's also just we're gonna see the Gorosei touchdown, so that's a big thing. We're gonna talk about it next week and probably throughout this week in our discussion. So stay tuned.
Oh yeah. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Later.